At the time that we were asked to do the Uriah Heep tour, I already had 4 Uriah Heep albums.
Oh, yeah.
So I was in heaven. I also had the first 3 Deep Purple albums, and Ian Pace was my favorite drummer.
Yeah.
I was in hog heaven, mate. It was like I was watching my idol play with David Byron, who I became great friends with. Ken Hensley, I became great friends with. And I'd worked with all the guys individually on Mick Box because I played on David Byron's solo album. I toured America with Ken Hensley and England. 5 dates into the Uriah Heep tour, I got a call to my room saying, "Hi, Pete, this is David. Could you come to my room?" So I went to his room, and him and Ken were standing there with a glass of brandy. And I said, "Hi, guys, what's going on?" He said, do you want to join the band? So I said, well, I'm in a band. He goes, no. He said, do you want to join Heep? I said, well, no, not really. He said, why? I said, well, if I joined you, I'd leave our guys to join you. He said, no, we're talking about at the end of the tour. And I said, really? I said, well, what's wrong with Lee? Lee's a great drummer and he's a great singer. And he said, well, a couple of problems that we'd like to iron out. And but if you're interested, and I said, well, can I think about it? He said, yeah. I left the room. I was totally shell-shocked, because not only was I touring with one of my favorite bands in the world, they just asked me to join.
Yeah.
So I went back to my room and I was sharing with Rod again, and I said to him, I went quiet for a day or two, and he said, what's wrong? And I said, I've got this problem. He said, what problem's that? And I said, well, they've just asked me to join Uriah Heep. He said, what do you want to go and do that for? I said, well, I haven't. I said, I'm running it by you. And I said, my answer was, does loyalty mean anything in this business? I knew Lee, not personally, but he was actually dating my cousin at the time. So it was almost a family issue, and the fact that Lee didn't know anything about it. I do not like going behind people's backs.
Right.
I just don't do it. And I was very loyal to Silverhead because we were on the rise. We were building up a hell of a reputation in England, a really good reputation in America. And I just couldn't see it happening. I just, even though God, would have been my dream to join that band, I stayed with the Silverhead boys, and I don't regret it, because a few years after, when David got kicked out of the band because he had drinking problems and stuff, and he phoned me up. He got my number, phoned me up and said, do you want to come down to the studio? I'm doing a solo album. So I said, yeah, that'd be great, David. We'd always kept in touch, but I said no to Uriah Heep and carried on with my band. And that was the end of it.